Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Y'all already know what time it is. I'm delivering y'all the highly requested, highly anticipated jelly slash switch hand layup tutorial. We're not going to waste any time, so all I do ask is that you consider dropping a like, subbing to the channel if you're new. It doesn't cost you a cent, but it does help a fellow bro out a ton. And y'all already know how it is. We got to help bros, we got to help each other out. So, yeah, drop a like, man. But anyways, I was going to post some jelly layup clips of me, hitting these in games and whatnot, but I figured if you've been around for a minute, you already know who the jelly layup king is. Plus, I probably, by the time you're watching this, just posted some clips on the other app that starts with a T. I might have posted it on the YouTube Shorts as well. But yeah, so we're not going to waste any more time. So as many of y'all know, there are two ways to trigger the jelly or switch hand layups. For the simplicity of this video, I'm just going to call them jellies. But there are two ways to do it. So I'm going to show you how to do each way and break down the different situations you would use each way for, like which way do you use in X situation or whatever. So first first one we're going to do is the R stick method. Now for the R stick method this year, just like last year pretty much, we're going to trigger out of a layup because to be honest with you, switching hands out of a dunk into a layup has not been good since 22. So, like I said, we're going to trigger it out of the layup. So the important thing to remember is when you trigger the animation, you can't be holding turbo. Obviously, you're going to hold turbo when you're sprinting to the basket, but to start the animation, you're going to be letting go of turbo. So what you're going to do is if you want to go up initially with the right hand, what you're going to do is you're going to hold your R stick just for a split second, diagonally up and to the right. You're going to hold it there for just like not even half a second, just to get this animation started, because you can't trigger the switch hand late in the animation, especially not this year. So you're going to have to start it pretty much right away. You're going to have to recognize in game, like I said, very early. Like you're going to have to basically know ahead of time, like, all right, yeah, this guy is, trailing me, so I'm going to fake him out really quick, go up with the right. He thinks I'm going to go up with the right, and then I'm going to switch it to the left. And also, just so you guys know, when you guys do that, it like basically like tricks their players, like the defenders, like block animation. When you press Y or triangle on PlayStation to jump, what it's going to do, it's going to jump at the ball hand you initially go up with. That's why these are so good. But anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to hold it up there for just a second, diagonal up to the right, because in this situation we're going up with our right hand first, and then we're going to switch to our left. And to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to really fast, while not holding turbo, we're going to fling our R stick in a circle, either clockwise or counterclockwise, it doesn't matter, to the other side of the circle that your joystick is within. So yeah, let me show you what the guys look show you guys what that looks like, excuse me, and then I'll just kind of break it down one more time. So we're going to get downhill, not holding turbo, boom, like that. That was a really crusty layup animation to do it with. But also just keep in mind, in the Gatorade gym for some reason you miss these all the time. Obviously you're wide open in here. In games you don't. You're gonna miss them every now and then. I have a 76 driving layup, so if yours is higher, you're gonna hit them even more than I do. But in here for some reason, I don't know why, you just miss them all the time. You don't miss them that often in game, especially if you just get your acrobat badge up. Mine's on silver right now. That's really all you need to hit 99% of these wide open. But yeah, y'all peep that. And like I said, basically what you're going to do, what I did right there was I let go of turbo. I held my R stick diagonally up and to the right for just a second to trigger that, going up with the right hand layup animation. And then instantly, really fast, swung my R stick in a complete circle towards the other side of the joystick radius, basically. Now, like I said, you can go clockwise or counterclockwise. When I'm going up with the right, then I'll swing it, clockwise to the left, and when I'm going up with the left, I'll swing it clockwise to the right. It just makes sense to me, going up with the right and then under to the left, and then vice versa. That's how the directions make sense to me. Like I said, if you feel like you want to do it the other way or whatever, counterclockwise going from right to left and then clockwise going from left to right would actually be quicker. But I do the opposite because that's just what makes sense to me. That's how my brain processes it. So I'll show you guys going to the other side as well. Boom, right there. And like I said, bro, I just airballed that layup. Oh my gosh. Like I said, you miss them all the time in here because I don't know why. But yeah, so that's the R stick method. And the R stick method, you're gonna want to do this when you're attacking from the wing or say the top of the key, and a defender is trailing you, trying to chase you down pretty much, or maybe they're meeting you from the other side of the paint. Maybe they're over here, and say you're coming from the right wing. Then what you're gonna want to do is basically the R stick method, and I'll show you guys it one more time right here. And some layup anime like that one, it's somewhat difficult to trigger it from. I'll try it one more time. There are some, depending on your layup package, that you can't switch. Like that one's another one, like when it goes off the same foot. I don't know why it does that. But there is one important piece of this. Make sure to when you're triggering these lefts, you're not going directly left or directly right on your R stick, because when you don't hold turbo, I made a video on these a while back. Uh, you're gonna trigger a quick scoop layup, and you don't want to do that because it's not gonna give you a very good jelly layup animation. It's not gonna give you a very good switch hand layup animation. But yeah, when you're attacking and you kind of can premeditate that you want to, trigger the layup, and you're doing it from, the left wing, the right wing, or the top of the key, that's when I would do the R stick method. Now, the other method to trigger these jelly layups is the X or square method. X if you're on Xbox and square if you're on PlayStation, obviously. This method is a lot simpler. The only downside is you do have less control over, what animation you get. So for this method, we're actually going to trigger the layup out of a dunk animation just because I feel like it works better. You can do it out of a layup animation as well, this method, but I just feel like it works better for a dunk. It's really simple. Most of y'all probably know this. You're just going to drive towards the basket holding turbo, and then while you're in air, you're going to tap or spam, whatever you feel comfortable with, the shoot button again or over and over again. Like I said, whatever you feel comfortable with, and it's going to give you that jelly layup animation. Now, keep in mind, just like with the layups, there are some dunk animations, just like some layup animations, that you're not going to be able to trigger it out of, and that just is what it is. I use the DeMar DeRozan dunk package paired with the Vince Carter dunk package. And then, like I said earlier, I use the default layup package because I only have a 76 driving layup, but I make these all the time in game. So that's really all you need. I get Silver Acrobat, so as long as you maintain your Silver Acrobat, you should make these all the time. But be prepared for me to miss this when I show you guys. So I'm just gonna show you right here. Drive, go up and under right there because I just spammed X in air after triggering the animation. So it's very simple, and like I said, you guys will see right here. I'll probably get the 360 dunk. Yep. You can't trigger it out of the 360 dunk, unfortunately. That would be so cool if you could. But yeah, that's pretty simple. Now, when I would recommend to do the extra square layups is when you're driving baseline. Honestly, they are a lot more consistent. I rarely ever get this Vince Carter dunk animation in game, so I don't know why it's giving it to me all the time right now. But you can do either method from either spot. Like you can do the R stick method, driving the baseline, and you can do, the extra square method, driving from the wing or top of the key or whatever. But I just feel like for the animations that you get, driving baseline out of a dunk, and then the layup animations you get from driving from above the break. Like I just feel like those. It's just the best to do. The R stick coming from the wing or the top of the key, and then the extra square method coming from the baseline or coming from the corner driving the baseline. All right, now to summarize, basically, we'll refresh your memory on the R stick really quick. What you're going to want to do is you're just going to drive to the left, swing it in a circle really quick. Oh, we actually made it that time. And like I said, you're just going to go up, diagonal to the left. You're only going to hold it there for just a split second to start that layup animation, and then really fast you're going to swing your R stick in a circle around that little circumference that it lets you move your joystick within. You're just going to do it really fast to the other side. You can go clockwise or counterclockwise. And like I said, this method works better when you trigger it out of a layup coming from the wing or the top of the key. And then on the baseline, you're going to want to do the extra square method, where it's going to go holding extra square, holding turbo. Of course, I don't get I get the Vince Carter animation, but point stands coming from the baseline. That straight arm tomahawk, you can't trigger it out of that all the time either. That's on DeMar DeRozan's package, but you guys get the point. This one's super simple, just like that. Go up, spam the shoot button again. That's what I usually do, is I spam it just to make sure it triggers it. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully I was able to put y'all on. Hopefully you can start getting saucy around the rim, being super tough under the rim. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all. Please consider dropping a like. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one. God bless.